Back to the Luna's Nightmare Night Challenge, or the guard pony that got molested. This is part 2, and hopefully it has a little less molesting, as fun as that is.
Less?
Yeah.
No, we get codes and fillies. Whatever.
I mean, come on, I kind of feel bad for the guard pony, though.
Maybe it's gonna be the other way around. Remember,
Yeah.
she said that he's gonna get his payback.
He's not gonna get his payback. He's gonna be one of the guard ponies that get chased by children.
I actually think so, probably. The barn had been decorated for Nightmare Night. Spider webs hung from the barn's support beams. Carefully placed lanterns caused the shadows to dance and sway. Carved pumpkins sat upon hay boys, bears, and cut out ghosts and other creatures of the night were hung around the barn's interior. Luna turned to the crowd of gathered foes. More of you answered my summons than I thought would. I'm glad to see that. However, your number may soon dwindle. I wish to present you with a taste of the terrors you will face tonight, and if you wish to bow out after experiencing a little display, I will think no less of you.
You know what? I'll be honest. Despite all the guard molestation, Luna's being a lot nicer here than I expected. She gave them a first chance. She's like, yo, you can duck out. And then she's like, I'm gonna scare the shit out of you, and if you want to duck out now, you can. You know, like, Luna's being really chill about this.
Two, no back. But if you say okay after that point, it's okay. There's no. We won't listen.
Well, I mean, she did already give them 2 outs, to be fair, and we're gonna see the next one coming up here, so...
Without another word, Luna used her magic once again. All the lanterns in the barn went out, throwing the barn into utter darkness. A few of the foes screamed as the light in the barn vanished. One by one, the lantern's flames began to return. However, instead of the comforting and warm yellow color they once had, they burned in a pale and sickly green.
Oh man, that
no one
is
likes
sick.
green.
Oh, I love that though. I wish I had pumpkins that glowed green. I wish all the lights in my house glowed green.
But then you would never know what anything is. Yeah, it all looks green. You become colorblind.
Who cares? I don't need color.
But how would you even know what is green anymore?
Fair enough. I guess it'd get a little boring. Okay, maybe I just want one room in my house that's, like, constantly green.
Then you, cause the previous benign decorations to take on a sinister appearance. They were totally benign, like the ghosts and the pumpkins. Wait, that makes the kids of our world just seem like total pussies. Like, why are you afraid of these ghosts? They're not even moving by magic.
Well, I mean, you know, the cardboard cutout ghosts probably don't scare anyone, to be fair. Let's see.
I'm not going to take offense to that.
Oh.
I don't get scared by anything, totally.
Fair enough.
I could ask.
Did that ghost just move?
As if waiting for that very question as a signal, all the barn's creatures' decorations sprang to life and dove for the forest.
Oh no, it's Spooky's House of Jump Scares. That's what it is.
The hell is called Spooky?
You've never heard of Spooky's House of Jump Scares? It's a game. It's
no.
A horror game? No? Oh,
no.
know.
Actually, I think I did, but I didn't remember. I haven't seen it. That's it. The collective screams of the children reverberated off the barn's walls. As suddenly as the display began, the lantern's light returned to their normal color. The decorations appeared back on the walls, and the barn lost its menacing air. One of the barn doors slowly creaked open, allowing for an escape. Now's the time for you to take your leave, if you do not think you're prepared for this night. Luna waited for the reaction. I do like how, last time in the show, there was no question. You're gonna be part of this night or get the fuck out of this town.
I know, she scared the fools without any warning. But yeah, this time it's like, sure, it's fine.
A couple of minutes passed, while a few of the four seemed to be less sure of themselves than when they had first followed Luna. They all stayed. Quietly, almost without a sound, a number of the Lunar Guard began to fly into the barn. Luna proudly told the voice, "I would have expected no less of you, brave children of Ponyville." Luna nodded toward one of the Luna guards.
I know, seriously, your guys' lives are in danger every other day. You should be fine with some fake danger.
Yeah, they're used to it. He and 9 others of his fellow guards stepped forward. Luna's horn lit, and the guard's armor began to slowly glow, and to glow softly, as if giving off moonlight. These are the Luna guards you are to chase and capture by means of touching them. They have been instructed not to take to wing, use magic, or hide themselves for long periods. You will have 2 hours to try and catch as many of the guards as you can. You may walk individually or in teams. Be aware that if you walk in a team, you must share the boon awarded to you.
I'm curious. I will probably say, but I'm curious what the boon is. Also, I feel like these guards.
I have my theories, but
I assume it's gonna be candy. But I gotta say, these rules seem pretty unfair for the guards. I understand not wanting them to fly away or whatever, but they can't even hide for an extended period of time. That sounds pretty rough, if you ask me.
To be fair, like all of them are probably taught to use nature as perfect foliage.
Well, that is fair enough.
They're gonna all go Rambo if you let them hide.
Fair enough. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, or even if some of them were like, "Hey, Mrs. Cake, I'll pay you 5 bits if you let me hide in your cellar." You know.
So how exactly she's gonna keep track?
That's a good question. But I assume she trusts her guards well enough to know they aren't gonna, do what I just suggested and hide in Mrs. Cake's attic the entire time.
But is it hiding if we spent the night with Pinkie Pie?
Fair enough. I guess that isn't a very stealthy approach.
I mean, some of them hide inside of Pinkie Pie.
Probably.
The leader of the hunted Luna guards bowed and stated,
"Your Majesty, we await your command."
"Be swift from here and do not quake at what this night shall offer you." The guard was not expecting the dark tone of her words. After a moment of hesitation, he led his charges out of the barn. I don't even know who this is. Merciful Luna, what happened? One of the guards yelled. The barn door shut with an ominous thud, nearly catching the tail of the last guard. I'm so confused. The voice, their eyes wider than before, turned attention back to Luna. They shall have 5 minutes head start, and then you shall be free to pursue them. Captain, step forward, I have need of you.
I'm sorry.
Well, because I have need of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that sounds like something Luna would say at a certain time of the year. If you know
But it was the captain, not the 4 cadet. Otherwise, I would have agreed.
It's
just like a chain of molestation.
Well, it could be. It would explain why the captain's so willing to molest. She learned it from the highest tier you can, the princess herself.
Celestia.
Yeah, exactly. It's just an endless chain, you know?
Nightflight made her way to the stand in front of Luna and bowed. "I'm yours to command." "Choose 5 of your guards and have them present themselves. They shall join on your pursuit." Nightflight named 5 of the Luna guards, one of which was Silent Ring.
Wow, he actually is. I really expected him to be one of the other guards. Alright, well that's nice.
Even if they have to present themselves.
Yeah.
Luna nodded in agreement at Nightflight's choices. 2 Earth ponies, 1 bad pony, 1 Pegasus, and a unicorn. Wait, you guys are not all bad ponies?
I know, that confused me too when you first said it. I'm like, whoa, where did that come from?
Since when is equality a thing in Equestria?
I know, this sounds like nonsense to me. I thought they'd all be bad ponies.
I mean, I don't think Celestia has any non-unicorn guards.
Yeah.
You formed a group with a good mix of strength. Luna dramatically put a hoof to her shell and thought, however, something seems to be missing. She pointed at Silent Ring. "I see now. You need to be more fitting with the spirit of this night. We shall soon fix that." A pair of yellow glowing eyes suddenly appeared in the loft above Luna. I'm so confused on who's even talking right now. I'm sorry, is it my fault? I'm just confused.
I don't know. I kind of get what you're saying. There's a lot happening in this fiction right now. And I feel like this person
sure. Is this Fluttershy?
Did Rarity sneak into the barn? Is she like, I'll make all of these fillies fabulous whether they want it or not?
Yes, we shall. There was a snapping sound, and Silent Wing went stiff. His armor melted into him, turning into a layer of lizard-like scaling that covered most of his body. I guess the main reason why I find this weird is, like, are the fillies still watching? Because, like, it makes it less scary if you're, like, here, like, watching them prepare. Like, shouldn't this be, like, a surprise?
Well, in a way, I guess, but I don't know, I think it'd still be pretty scary. She's turning one of her guards into a cockatrice. Right before their eyes. I'd be a little scared.
I don't think he signed a waiver for that.
I don't think so either. And we thought he would get a break for a little bit. Nope.
His head and face became that like that of a chicken. Slowly he changed into one of the most dreaded creatures in Equestria. A Scootaloo.
Oh no!
The guy that Floyd stepped back from him. Some of the coats and freeze in the back of the group found themselves pressed against the barn doors.
Scootaloo found herself especially confused.
She doesn't even know, like, one of her kin, like, she doesn't know how to act. Luna smiled at the reaction. He's but the first of the creatures you shall have to outmaneuver this night in pursuit of your goal. Luna's appearance began to shift to a taller, darker, and more foreboding form. I too shall partake in... I too shall partake of the hunt this night. I suggest you put a good distance between you and this place before 10 minutes come to pass.
Jeez, for one, cockatrices, that sounds dangerous. For two, she's searching as well. I don't know how these fillies are supposed to survive.
Also, for three, can he actually turn Thief into stone? Does he just look like one now?
That's a good question.
How do you hunt for, like, is this kind of difficult to chase fillies? Like, he doesn't have hands, or I mean, he doesn't have, like, any of his normal body parts.
Yeah, you'd think it would be kind of weird for him. That's a good question. But I actually do wonder, like, how physical is this change? Is she just making them look scary, or is she actually turning them into the monsters? Because this seems like kind of an extreme version of what she did during the actual episode, where, you know, she turned fake spiders into real spiders, and it was
yeah, she can do that.
Yeah. So I
guess she can do this too?
I guess so. It's pretty crazy. Luna seems OP. I don't know why they don't just, like, buy her a million stuffed dragons, and...
In fact, now I wonder why they, like, that would have changed her Chrysalis form. Just suddenly Chrysalis is turned into a teddy bear.
Exactly. That would have been hilarious. Or if at least, you know, she's turned into a teddy bear, or if, like, there's just a million stuffed dragons breathing fire that pop out, and they're just...
Or spiders.
Yeah, or spiders, whatever.
The foes collectively screamed as Luna's transformation ended. Standing before the frightened foes was Nightmare Moon, in all her stunning and terrifying and quite beautiful glory. The dark alicorn lit her horn, and the barn door swung open wide. Needing no further encouragement, the foes raced into the night. You know, I would be the motherfucker who would just stay and see what she said. Just like, alright, 10 minutes, gonna run out. What you gonna do, bitch? What you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know if I would or not, to be fair. I'd kind of love to participate. I think I'd like to participate in the game, but I wonder what Luna would say if you're like, oh, I kind of want to hang out with you. Can I just, like, hang out and play around? You're my favorite princess. Can we hang out a little bit?
Pipsqueak.
Yeah,
gonna have a story. Nightmare Moon pulled the barn doors closed and laughed. That was the most fun I had in ages. Discord, your part was well played. Discord spied his way down from one of the support beams of the barn.
I thought it was a bit over the top for my first attempt. I'll have to do better with the others. I have the children's transformations to think of, too.
I guess that's gonna be shit in transformation.
Yeah, I knew it. I told you, it was like, yeah, they're gonna transform into whatever their costumes
now that makes me ask even more. Is this a Discord who is doing the transformations? Because I would not trust him to turn my pony into a thing.
I wouldn't either, but I suppose it is then, yeah.
Just do not arm them with items that could cause harm to guards or to themselves.
I assure you that no guards or young ones will be put in any danger by my magic.
The totally not at all unpredictable magic of chaos. I mean, I'm completely predictable in everything I do. The tentacles thing that happened was like, the plants totally predicted that.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it would happen.
He winked at Luna.
Besides, I want to be invited to play again next year. The evening has yet to begin and I'm already having a ball.
With a wave of his talents, Discord changed.
I was just gonna say, also, I'm a really bad Discord, sorry guys.
Okay. Yeah, John Delancey will forgive you.
Yeah, it's really hard to live up to John Delancey. And I mean, I don't think I'm good with a lot of the other characters either, but Discord's one I don't even know what to make him sound like. Like, I can't even give him a stereotypical accent or anything, you know?
Well, so he's so amazing. Like, the thing is, he has a very memorable sound, so it's more difficult too.
Right, exactly.
It's like, you know that you're fucking it up because you know that's not what it sounds like.
Yeah,
It's fucking Luna. She sounds like Luna, whatever Luna sounds like, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, all the voice actors have been great, but, like, John Delancey's something else, and he gives a really...
But yeah, I'm not inserting.
Yeah, I know you're not. I'm just...
the same. He has a unique...
Right. No,
with a wave of his talents, this could change the other gods into beasts of twisted natures. Or save the unicorn, who is already a beast, who he transformed into an image of a villain with nearly the entirety of Nightmare Night herself. Already focusing his attention on the courts and fillies racing into the orchard. Discord vanished into the night. So who did he turn them into?
I think
Blueblood.
Chrysalis.
Oh, not Blueblood.
That would be funny. Blue Blood, the scariest villain of all. He will nag you to death with his annoyance.
I mean, it's kind of true.
Mm.
Everbloom. He said it's Chrysalis, but I'm actually thinking it might also be the other guy.
Sombra.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking at first, but I don't know why. I just get this feeling that it's Chrysalis.
Mostly because no one remembers Sombra.
Yeah.
Everbloom slowed to a halt as she realized the horrible condition of the orchard.
What happened to our trees? Applejack's not gonna like this.
Did anyone ask Applejack? Because the guards came by and put up the notice, and they're like, "We're not gonna ask for permission. We're just doing this."
I know, seriously.
The other Grima Crusader stopped with them and took in the whole devastation that had befallen the orchard. The apple trees had wilted. Whole sections of the bark seemed to have sloughed off and lay on the ground as if a disease had suddenly struck the trees. The apples were withered and poisonous looking. So this is what happens when democracy takes over, Equestria.
I think this is what happens when Discord happens.
Right, that too. I said they were just going to turn into cotton candy. Applebloom gave in to despair.
We've lost everything!
Bloom, are you really good at playing along or really stupid? It's been 2 minutes and she's already like, it's all over!
Well, to be fair, I mean, even if you were playing a game, wouldn't you be concerned if someone was like, we're gonna play a spooky game, and you went to your home and it was literally burned to the ground, and you're like, fuck.
I would be, but I like making fun of her. So it's her fault.
Yeah, it's totally her fault. No, Applebloom, you haven't.
Discord appeared before the Crusaders, genuinely moved by the flea's concern for her home.
I'll change your little group first and give you a hint.
He waved his paw, and the cutie monkey said as faint a change overcome them. Scooter looked herself over and jumped up and down on her newly acquired talon and paws in excitement. This is so awesome! Instead of wearing a griffin costume, she had been transformed into a griffin herself.
Somehow this seems really meta, considering we know at one point Rainbow Dash wanted to be a griffin.
Wait, when did that happen?
I'm trying to remember. Did she
wanted to be a griffin?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was an episode.
Is that Griffinstone?
No, I'm sorry. We should probably move on.
Okay.
I'll have to look up the episode later.
Apple Bloom stood before them as a young timber wolf. Apple Bloom, you're supposed to hate these, not. What are you doing with your life?
Hey, she can be a timber wolf if she wants to.
Complete with wooden body and glowing eyes. Finding herself unable to speak, Apple Bloom whined, pointed a paw at Discord, and then pointed at the apple trees. That sounds like a terrible night. But she can't complain about anything that happens. She ain't saying anything.
She's also a crappy monster made of wood. To be fair, while I was saying...
Just give the pretty wood.
Damn it. This is true. I'll admit, while I don't know about her needing to hate them, I will give you she picked a pretty crappy monster, considering how weak we've seen Timberwolves are. I'd hate to be a Timberwolf. They kind of die from rocks and shit.
Anything.
They die from anything. You look at them too hard and they're like, well, I'm dead.
I'm just saying, the apple family is supposed to hate them. I'm pretty sure this is like if she was turned into a giant orange.
Probably.
Discord understood her intended message.
That won't be necessary at all. Your friend here can help you see things for what they are.
Pointed to Sweetie Bear.
That's the only hint I'll give you.
He vanished without a word. Sweetie Bear's a villain. Squirrely turned to Sweetie Bear. What did he mean by that? Sweetie Bear stepped out of the full robe she had been wearing, revealing that she looked exactly like Twilight Sparkle.
Oh my gosh, you can't just turn into ponies! That's
Really
bullshit!
I was actually, for a moment, I really thought she was going to turn into, Swirlbeard, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Star Swirl the bearded. The birded.
Damn
it.
He just has birds everywhere.
Hey, it could be an alternate universe crossover pick. I'd read it.
So what is her voice?
She sounds like Twilight Sparkle.
Damn it. Sweetie explained. I asked Rarity what I should dress as if I was going on an adventure. She rubbed one hoof over her foreleg in embarrassment before continuing. She said Twilight was one who led them on to their adventures, so I had Rarity paint me like Twilight was before she became a princess.
Wait, how do you paint her like Twilight was before she became a princess? I get that
Purple.
She's probably just not wearing the... Yeah, purple, but she's still purple.
So wait, was Sweetie Bear like oil painted in purple and no one noticed?
That's a good question. Like, I get that she was wearing robes, but I don't get how she was covering that her face and everything was purple.
Is this safe to just paint someone in full purple color?
That's a good question. Do you think Rarity would have an issue with this? I mean, I kind of get the idea, but I think it's weird to, like, I don't know.
Also, why does Rarity have the stuff she needs to make someone look like Twilight? Does she have, like, nights where she just dresses herself up as Twilight and be like, I'm a princess?
Well, now, I mean, that's a little personal, Sapare.
I'm just saying she does it.
She probably does.
That's an awesome idea. Now we have one of the most powerful ponies in Equestria on our team. We'll be sure to catch one of the guards now. I mean, it sounds like cheating, but okay. Apple Bloom stared at one of the nearby trees. Her eyes and tears drooped in dismay. Tears. I don't know why she is motivated. I'm
Wait.
bad. It says one, but I bet it is tears.
It's fine. She just turned into Tails.
She turned into Tess, which is even worse than being turned into
It kind
a
of
Timberwolf.
is. Yeah.
It's really concentrated. Tapped powers and knowledge of magic she never had before and cast a spell. As the magic did not set the trees right, it allowed the three to see through the illusion that had been cast over Sweet Apple Acres for a couple of moments. Apple Bloom pranced around in a good imitation of Fiona's happy dance when she got a treat upon seeing the trees were perfectly healthy. A chilling, twisted howl came from the direction of the barn, causing all three of the fillies to shudder at the sound. Sweetie took up the mantle of being the group's leader. We'll lose our chance at the prize if we don't get going. Everbloom, use your nose to see if you can track one of the guards. Scootaloo, fly above us and keep your eyes open for anything glowing.
It's so weird having Apple Bloom as a dog. I feel like I'm reading Scooby-Doo for some reason.
Scoob. I guess. I don't know, it sounds like a good story. They should have that. They should have an episode where just Twilight has, like, Everbloom as a dog.
You know, to be fair, I will give you that. So far, this actually is a really cool story now that we're getting past the harassment parts.
It's not. The harassment will come back. I'm sure of it.
Probably.
Scootaloo stood stock still for a moment as what Sweetie had said fully sank in. You think I'd be able to fly? It was a shot. Everbloom nodded, put her front, which means I've stolen all your reading lines. Everbloom doesn't talk, and Sweetie Belle is now Twilight.
Yeah.
This story just hurt the hell out of us.
Oh well, I guess I'll just sit here in my quiet corner and hope Discord shows up again.
If no one else shows up, you can take over, Sweetie. Everbloom nodded, put her front paws on Squirtle's shoulder, and gave her a small bark of support. See, there's a molestation again.
Okay, sure.
Squirtle waved a talon in front of her face, grimacing. She told Everbloom, I guess Squirtle sounds like Gilda, so you can always get her.
I'll try anything to get away from your breath right now.
And that was accurate. It works. She freed herself from Applebloom's paws and took a steady breathing. With a crouch and a leap, Scootaloo took to the air. She whooped with delight at finally being able to get into the air under her own power, griffin body or not. Applebloom dropped her nose toward the ground, catching a whiff of the quarry. She raised her head and let out a howl of her own. She raced down the path, letting her nose lead the way. Sweetie did her best to keep up. Good thing's Twilight good at running long distances, or I'd be in serious trouble.
That sounds like bullshit.
Wait, I think it's a reference to the Fall Weather Leaf.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. It probably is a reference to Fall Weather Friends, but it seems more like Twilight would be good at teleporting and stuff. But yeah, she did get through that marathon, though she kind of just walked through it, but whatever.
It works. Also, I like how you remember the episode correctly, because I called it Fall Weather Leaf, because I don't know, it's somewhere along those lines.
Fall Weather Friends.
There's like leaves in it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it mostly right. It was heavily based on leaves and Fall Weather Friends. It was.
And there were no friends in it, so
yeah.
Everyone was a douchebag in it, so no friends.